Hi everyone, and welcome back. I feel like it's been a while. Anyway, so we're in the season of bouquet, the third week, the final week. And so let me show you the supplies that I'll be working with, and I'll start with this ink. It's a Liquitex acrylic ink. It's called Muted Gray, but take a look at the color you get. Isn't that pretty? So since we're working in a monochromatic palette, after much deliberation, this is the color that I chose. I also pulled those two pastel pencils in a dark gray and a violet, and those are really fun. And I want to say that I'm pulling all these different supplies, but you will see that I don't use them all. That's par for the course, especially for me. So I also pulled those two acrylics. I'll list everything below. And let's see. Oh, collage fodder or collage scraps. I chose not to make any because I have a lot in my stash. What I do have as far as the deep purples are pretty sparse, but I do have these other pieces with a lot of black, and those are downloads. I've got an envelope, and I figure the color will come through with the paint medium. Here's a collection of black and white papers. The majority of them on the left were given to me by Claudette, and I love them. I'm hanging on to them because they're very special to me. On the right are the ones that I've done and I have in my stash, with the exception of the black lines on the white paper. I think those are Claudette's. So that's what I pulled. I just wanted to show you the colors, and that's it for now. Okay, so to get started, I have gessoed those pages, and now I'm just putting down pieces of the collage papers. And I'm going to work in the center of the two pages there. So I'm just gluing down the papers that I selected in just a haphazard way. And of course, if you're following along and you'd rather just fill all the pages or just one section of the pages, I mean, absolutely, feel free to do it your way. Sorry about that. My phone ran out of juice. So let me tell you what I did. I went ahead and used white acrylic paint and just put it over the collage papers. Then I went and grabbed some texture paste by Ranger and a stencil, and I just loosely put it through the stencil. I don't work with modeling paste or texture paste a lot, but anyway, I like how imperfect it is, and I like how it adds all that texture. And then I just took a number 2 pencil and just made a bunch of scribbles. I decided not to use the pastel pencils after all. So now I'm going to go in with the ink, and in addition, another change was I thought of using watercolor with the inks. So I'm showing you some of my handmade Artisan watercolor paints by Traci Bautista, and I think I'm going to use this one and add that to the ink. It has more purple, or maybe that one. It has a lot more of the purple pigment, but I think it'll be a nice touch for this layout. So here we go. Oh, and by the way, I grabbed the cheapest, scruffiest brush that I had. I like using these brushes, these inexpensive brushes, to just get the paint on paper. For me, it's a real easy tool to use to loosen up. All right, here we go. Okay, so now it's time for the watercolor, and this is the one that I selected. I know there's some rust and brown undertone there, and I'm fine with it. I guess if I wanted to be a stickler, I would have chosen a purple with more gray, or a deep blue like a Payne's gray, but no, this is what I decided to use. And yes, look at that. It's quite bright, but I love it. And, you know, some might say that it's not a true monochromatic, but hey, I'm good with it. So I'm going to continue just adding bits of the paint and water and let it move and spread. And as you watch, I mean, hopefully you can see just how textured those pages are. And I've decided that I don't need to add any more color by using the pencil. So my pencil element was just the number 2 pencil. I go back in later with just a few more marks, but I think I really like, I know I like where this is going. So I'll let you watch how I finish the page. And in the next section, I'll show you how it all came together, and we'll talk about that in the next section. All right. Here's the final layout. So as you can see, once everything was dry, I went ahead and added these pieces of my deli paper collage. And as far as the tag goes, I had a bunch of tags already done. The one that I chose here had a lot of the deep purples and gray, so the only thing I did was add a little bit of the collage papers. some scraps of lace and that polka dotted fabric. And I just love this little face. Isn't she cute? So I added the word okay and just added it to the far left of the page. It's such a simple process, simple layout, if you will, that I think really packed a punch. And next I'll show you some close-ups and you can really take a look at all that texture. But I want to thank you for joining me this week, and it was a lot of fun. And don't forget to tag us if you are following along with these prompts. And till next time, take care and stay creative.